has led me where I stand in front of you 18 years later. 18 years later, as a grief specialist, working with women, walking with them, sitting with them so they can feel heard and understood while they're on their unique grief healing journey. Why do I say that? Because every grief healing journey is unique. And this week, I've been sharing a lot about all of the things that grievers go through when they're grieving, all of the ways they first respond, how they avoid, how they resist in their grief. All of the things that we as grievers do to move away from the grief and move past the pain. And so tonight I want to share with you, did I add this group? I added the group. I want to start talking with you about exactly that you're not crazy. You are not crazy, that this is grief. But tonight's going to be raw. I'm going to go into some of the areas. I'm going to go into some of the raw, deep areas of the grief. And I want to share, I'm trying to share this live on the Facebook, and it is like eluding me. So let me get this set up so that we can, because I'm trying to go live in all of the places. Tonight I want to speak directly to the part of you that feels off. Directly to the part of you that feels like it's tired. Directly to the part of you that feels like it can't sleep. I want to talk to you about why we are really here as grievers. I want to absolutely tap into that part of us about grief that people don't normally speak about. I want you to know that tonight's going to be raw, it's going to be real, and I'm going to be telling the truth of a lot of grief. So grab a notebook, be ready to take some notes. I'm hoping that I can help you move some of the grief pain today. Here's the other thing. I'm going to do about 40 minutes on the lives, which is Instagram, Facebook, all of that, YouTube. And then I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to stick onto the TikTok group. And when I stick onto the TikTok group, that's for me to answer any questions for you. So if you're watching me on one of the other channels, feel free to join us on the live tonight. Make sure you join us in the Grief School on the Facebook, because that's where we're mostly going to be. But friends, let's get into it. Tonight, I want to speak directly to the part of you that feels off, the part that feels tired, the part that can't sleep, the part that is struggling because Sunday is going to be Easter, the part that's thinking about your family not being here on Easter, your person. Kevin says, I lost my wife 10 years ago. The part that is feeling lost, the part that doesn't have their partner with them. I want you to know something. You are not broken. You are not broken. You are grieving. You are absolutely grieving. And grief can make you feel like you're going crazy. It can make you feel like you're losing your mind. So let's get into the real truth about this grief. Grief is not just about death. That is truly important. Grief is not just about death. People want to take grief and put it to death, associated with death. We know for a fact there are 47 or more known losses that go with grief. And this is extremely important for the griever to understand. It is important for you guys to understand. Why? It is so important for you to understand because even though we're grieving, even though we lost a person, there's other things along with our grief that can be causing us pain in our heart. There are other things along with our grief that can be causing us pain in our heart. Death and divorce are the most popular that everyone talks about. Right? Death and divorce are the most popular that everyone talks about. Breakup of a romantic relationship, loss of your fur baby, right? Loss of safety, loss of identity. I had a beautiful client today and we were talking about loss of your future, loss of your childhood, loss of connection to your dreams, loss of trust, loss of stability, loss of your person. the reality that they're really not coming back. Loss of your vision for life. Grief is the feeling of reaching out for someone who has always been there, only to discover when I need them one more time, they're no longer there. They are not coming back. They are no longer here. Jason says, I hate the part that they're not coming back. Grief is not something that you choose. It's something that chooses you. Grief chooses you. It happens to you, right? Grief is something that has happened to you. It chooses you. And then you lose something that truly matters. Once you get chosen, you lose something that truly matters. Okay, you can feel off. But for most of us grievers, we always feel connected. We always feel connected to our person, but we don't necessarily feel connected to the grief. The grief makes us feel like we don't know what's going on, like something has happened to us. You feel off, but you don't always connect it to the grief. Why? Because no one has always taught you how to grieve. No one has taught you how to grieve. You do not have the book on grief. You will by the end of this month. And because we don't know how to grieve, we don't know how to walk through the steps, we feel off. Okay, I want to talk to you about some of the ways that you can feel off. And these are typical things that go along with grief. Sorry, guys, if you can hear the twins. They are not feeling well. They are having a bad hair day today. Okay, here we go. Here's my list. Okay, one of the things that can make us feel off is the brain fog. There's no time limit on these. Some people tell me, I meet people, they tell me 15 years later, they're still having brain fog. Brain fog serves a purpose. The brain fog serves a purpose. What is the purpose that it serves? It saves you from being in the reality of the grief. If you were in the reality of the grief of what had just happened to you, if the truth of what had just happened to you, you'd probably fall down to the ground and roll up into the fetal position. Brain fog, you feel mentally cloudy. You feel disconnected. You forget why you walked in the room. You walk in the room and you're like, what was I doing here? Now, some of us feel like that every day anyway. But I'm telling you, when you're grieving, it is at 100. Conversations don't stick. Tasks feel overwhelming. Hey, you got to pay those bills today. Hey, there's a lot of dishes in the sink. There's a lot of dishes in the sink. You got to take care of those dishes. I meet grievers every single day that haven't brushed their teeth in weeks, that don't brush their hair if they have it, that haven't taken a shower, that aren't taking their medication, they're not eating properly. Every single thing seems extraordinary. It is too hard to do. I can't even do it. Grief takes up every bit of mental space that it can, and your brain is trying to survive. Your brain is not optimized to do this grieving. It takes up every bit of strength that it has. Brain fog. The next one is trouble with concentration. Man, the twins are giving it to her tonight. We have trouble concentrating. We have brain fog. We have trouble concentrating. If you're not feeling the brain fog, you're having a hard time with concentration. Focusing feels impossible. You read the same sentence over and over again. If you're reading any of my blogs, sometimes what I'll do is I put big spaces in between. Sometimes I just write sentences with 4 or 5 words. I don't write big paragraphs. Even so, I do a lot like this. This is a page on emotional whiplash. Look at how small the paragraphs are. That is done purposely for the griever. I purposely do that for the griever. Why? Because the griever's brain cannot take in a ton of information. I space things out. I write things in big letters. I prefer to have less on the page than more on the page. This is a permission slip, giving you permission to grieve. Look at just little short sentences. I know that the griever's brain can't take a lot. I know that you can't read big, huge paragraphs. Too much stuff on the page is distracting to you. You'll have to read the sentence over and over again just to get through the one chapter. We have trouble concentrating, trouble focusing. It feels impossible. We'll read the same sentence over and over again. This happens because grief consumes the cognitive bandwidth. I hear grievers all the time tell me, I do not have the bandwidth. I do not have the bandwidth to do this. I do not have the cognitive bandwidth to do this. Your brain is preoccupied with the loss. Friends, it takes every ounce of energy you have just to grieve. It takes every ounce of energy you have. And if we're using the energy to try and figure out how to put a stamp on an envelope, but all we can think about is our person, it could take you 45 minutes to remember where to put that stamp. Cheryl says, I forget that Chris is never coming back, never walking into the room just for a hug. And it's been 10 months. My heart to yours, Miss Cheryl. Truly my heart to yours. It is not uncommon for the griever to have memory problems. Forgetting names, forgetting dates, forgetting appointments, forgetting to pay bills, forgetting to go to the grocery store, forgetting to eat, forgetting to drink water. Short-term memory takes a hit during grief because your nervous system is under stress. Think about it this way also. When you're doing the business of grief, when your brain is doing the business of grief and everybody is coming up to you to talk to you about the funeral and the dates and what you want, you are completely overwhelmed with everything. Everybody's coming up to you. Everybody's talking to you. And then they will come back to you weeks later and go, don't you remember I said? Don't you remember I was doing this? I was there. You don't remember that. Grief takes you out of the moment. Grief takes you out of the moment. Physical pain. We have physical pain. Oh, sorry. Physical pain. Grief is a full body experience. We can have chest tightness. Right? This chest tightness can mimic a heart attack. Your gut can feel off. It can be in knots. That's what I wrote on here. Your gut can be in knots. You can feel exhausted. You can have physical pain. You can have this is a full body experience. You can feel it in your chest. You can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in your back. Shoulders for the women, hips for the women, headaches. This can be weeks, months into the loss. Some of this stuff can go on for years. Some of this stuff can go on for years. You can feel exhausted even after you've slept a full night. Even after you've slept a full night. This is because emotional pain triggers psychological responses. The nervous system has been hit. It's been hit hard. Your body is literally mourning. Your body is mourning the loss. You can sense that they're not here. We can have emotional numbness. Let me flip the page. We can have emotional numbness. We can feel detached. You can feel detached. You're detached from life. You're detached from your friends. You're detached from people around you. You're detached from your everyday schedule. You're detached from things you used to do. You're detached from things you like to do. There were things that you really like to do, but now grief takes you out of the moment and you feel detached. Nothing moves. Nothing moves you. You just, it doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter how much they're trying to get you to move. There's nothing that moves you. Nothing good or bad. You're just there. And here's the deal, friends. This is the thing that drives our people crazy. This is what they can't understand. How come you can't move? How come nothing has moved you? How come you have no energy? How come you don't want to go to the store? How come you don't want to go shopping with me and buy new boots? This is the thing that drives them crazy. Because they want you to be the old you. They want you to show up as the old you. And she left a long time ago. But they want you to just be normal, so I know everything is normal. Because when you're showing up this way, then I have to question my sanity. Crafty Nana said, the hives that I had in college have returned, and I've lost 5 pounds in less than a month, but I eat. Erica had hives 100%. Her whole lips were breaking on hives, her face, her neck, her throat. And you are eating, but you may not be eating the amount that you used to eat. It's not uncommon for grievers to lose their appetite. And, Annie, I'm not going to say the last name. Annie says, I'm just existing. Your body is full on in protective mode. Look, your body knows. Remember I said it was a full body experience. It knows that your heart is going through something. It knows that your brain is experiencing it. It knows that your throat is experiencing this. It knows that your joints are feeling this. It knows that in every joint you are feeling this, right? Even in your shoulders. Your stomach is feeling this. Your body 100% knows. Now, here's the other thing. It also knows that your heart is broken. And so it has to, the body is so smart, you guys. The body is so smart. It knows it can't take all, it needs to save the energy for your heart. It knows that it does. So it will take energy from other areas and send it to your heart to protect the heart. It will keep you tired so you won't overdo it. It does all of the things that it needs to do. Ursula says food doesn't even taste good. No, it doesn't. Someone told me last week, and I don't remember who told me, the air is too thick. I can't breathe it in. It's like the air is too thick. TikTok, I'm going to be back to you, so just keep posting your questions. Your body's protective mode, shutting down feelings so that you can function. It shuts down feelings so you can function, and that's why you feel detached. That's why nothing moves you. You're not into the good or bad because it's shutting it down to give you a chance to regenerate. Hold on one second. Okay, you have disruptive sleep. I know a lot of people tell me they have disruptive sleep. You have trouble falling asleep. You have trouble staying asleep. You're waking up. You're restless. You wake up in the middle of the night. This is because you have hyperarousal for your nervous system. Grief keeps you at alert, even though you're exhausted. Grief keeps you at alert, even though you're exhausted. Hold on. Grief keeps you at alert. How many of you have experienced that? Even though you're really tired, you're aware of everything that's going on in the room. even when you are exhausted. Part of it is your subconscious is fully playing all the time. Your subconscious mind is going all the time. It's totally doing things. So your grief keeps you at alert even when you are exhausted. You're hearing things. It's almost like when you had the babies in the room years ago and you could hear everything that was going on. Everything that's going on. Mood swings. It's not uncommon for us to have mood swings. You can go from angry to weeping to irritated in minutes. The anger can take over. You can start yelling and screaming. Your grief emotions feel close all of the time. They feel like they're right on the surface. Someone could just look at you wrong or turn in the wrong direction and you will go off on them. Friends, I know that a lot of you think that you are failing. I know that a lot of you think that you are failing at this grief thing. I don't know who this Brandon is. I don't even know how you think that that is funny. Saying terrible things. That's disgusting. I think I got him out. Yeah. This week we talked about avoiding versus pretending. I want to, for anyone who wasn't there, we talk about avoiding because the grief makes us think we're going crazy. One of the things that we often do is we avoid. We avoid the grief just so that we can survive. We avoid grief feelings so that we can preserve our energy. We avoid feeling the grief. We avoid feeling the grief. We have to do this so we can survive. We avoid feeling the grief so that we can survive. There are two ways that we avoid. We avoid, which is internal. That's what I told you, which means I'm making this decision for me. I'm going to keep busy so that I don't have to feel the grief. I'm going to overwork so I don't have to feel the grief. I'm going to skip anything that reminds me of my person. And we use distractions, right? Versus pretending. We talked about pretending. Pretending is an outward show. You pretend to everyone that you are doing okay, that you're not worried about it. Here's the deal, friends. You are pretending to make them feel better. You're pretending takes a lot of energy. Pretending takes a lot of energy. You know what else takes a lot of energy? Grieving. Grieving takes a lot of energy. Grief is something you choose. I'm sorry. I read this page already. Let me go. Grief is something that chooses you. Avoiding is internal. You do it to protect yourself. This is for you, to protect you. I went on the wrong page, right? So we have avoiding, and then we have pretending. Now, why am I bringing this up again? Because avoiding and pretending make you think you're losing your mind. Pretending is external. It is about everybody else. Let me go back one page. 2 pages. Emotional numbness. Nothing moves you. Nothing good or bad. You feel detached. It's avoiding and pretending. It's part of avoiding and pretending. Falls under that. Again, you say you're fine when you're not. You show up to work with a smile. You're doing everything you can. It takes every bit of energy to do this. Avoiding is hiding yourself. Avoiding is hiding from yourself. I'm sorry, you guys. Avoiding is hiding from yourself. Pretending is hiding from the world. And we have to do this to survive in our grief. Let me say that again. Avoiding is hiding from yourself. Pretending is hiding from the world. You're right there in plain sight. You're the griever, but you're trying to make yourself as small as possible so that you're not seen. The reasons that we pretend, we're pretending to survive. We're pretending so that we can avoid judgment. We're pretending because we weren't taught how to grieve. And this is the biggest thing. We were not taught how to grieve. We pretend so that we can stay in control. How many of you want to stay in control of your grief? How many of you want to stay in control of your grief? We pretend to stay in control of our grief. Staying in control so that we don't fall apart at the wrong time. So we don't fall apart in front of other people. We pretend because no one's asking us the right questions. No one's asking us the right questions. Hey girl, how you feeling today? How's your grief? Oh, I'm fine. Is that true? Are you really fine? Or are you just saying that to me? Tell me what fine feels like. How can you be fine? We don't just pretend to be okay. We pretend that our grief is okay. We pretend that grieving is okay. Hey girl, how are you doing? How are you doing with your grief? Oh, it's okay. I'm doing okay. We pretend to protect them. We pretend to protect them because we want to protect them. When childhood grief isn't acknowledged, right? Remember earlier I said there's 47 known losses. There are 47 or more known losses that can cause a grieving experience in our heart. Right? There's 47 or more. Some of them happened in our childhood. Some of this grief happened in our childhood. Our parents got a divorce. We moved. Left all of our friends and family. Our fur baby died. And when we moved, mom promised we're going to go back every year and visit them. And when our fur baby died, we never were taught how to grieve them. Mom and dad just went out and got us a new fur baby. Some of the things that happened to us happened to in our childhood. Some of the things that happened to us in our childhood are really, really ugly. Some of us were abused physically. Some of us were abused mentally. Some of us never could figure out school. Some of us could never figure out school. Some of us had a friend that died while we were in elementary school. Some of us had a parent that died while we were really young children. When childhood grief isn't acknowledged, when childhood grief isn't taken care of, it doesn't disappear. It waits. It waits for the most perfect time. And when another grief cracks open, and it cracks open in our heart, that childhood grief will come flooding through. Because grief never goes anywhere, my friends. It doesn't go anywhere. And if we don't take care of it, it will show up. I want to talk about the cost of pretending. The cost of us pretending that we don't have grief. When we pretend we don't have grief, we shut down emotional. We can have a physical breakdown. We can break down physically. We can't move. We can't get anything done. Anxiety is up. Right? We feel isolated. We feel like nobody knows what we're going through. Nobody understands. Nobody's talking to us. Nobody's really understanding what we're going through. We start to lose a sense of self. Who am I? Who am I now that he is not here? What do I do now? We start to lose a sense of self when we're pretending, when we're avoiding, when we're pretending. A lot of this will send us into pretending and avoiding. And all of this, I want to put a line here, delays your healing. all of this delays the healing because we start going into this emotional pretending. Pretending is exhausting. Not allowing the grief is exhausting. It keeps you stuck. It costs you your connections in your relationships. It costs you your clarity, and it costs you your peace. Do you hear what I'm saying? Pretending is exhausting. It keeps you stuck. It costs you your connections. It costs you clarity and peace. When we tell the truth, even to ourselves, it gives us a little bit of relief. It's the first step towards healing. Telling the truth is the first step towards healing. When we stop avoiding all of this, you open the door to healing. At least you say, I acknowledge that this is here. Maureen says we have to grieve. When you stop pretending, you open the door to your community, to support. You open the door, staying in the lives. Hey, everybody on TikTok, can we get those likes up to 2,000? Not my rules, theirs. And then they'll push it out and we'll find other grievers to join the grief gang. This is what we do inside Study Hall. Inside Study Hall, I give you the place to talk and share about your grief. This is what I do in Processing the Pain of Grief. In Processing the Pain of Grief, I teach you how to process the pain. We stop hiding. We start healing. We stop delaying the healing, and we start going after it. I have a question for you guys. Where are you avoiding your grief right now? Where are you avoiding your grief? Do you know areas that you're avoiding or pretending? Where is the area that you wish was so much different for you in your grief? Where's the area that you wish was so much different for you in your grief? What is holding you back? What absolutely is holding you back in your grief? Have you been feeling off? Are you snappy? Are you numb? Are you forgetful? Are you exhausted right now? Do you feel disconnected in your grief? Do you feel disconnected from yourself? Are you feeling disconnected from everyone? Friends, hey, Aida, thank you. Look at you. You're so cute. This can happen a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 3 weeks, 1 year, 2 years into the grief. The disconnection comes at different times. It's not just at the beginning. A lot of us think, I lost my person. I'm going to go to the funeral and then I'm going to feel better. I'm going to do some crying and then I'm going to feel better. Your person is gone. They're not coming back. I know my brother is gone, but I don't understand why. I feel like sometimes I want to cry and it doesn't come. Crystal, where are you when you feel like you want to cry? Are you at work? Because that's probably not the right time to be crying. Sometimes you got to go in the room and just really go after it. Look at photos of him and play the songs and bring that up. The why is the question that all of us ask. We're all asking why. We are all asking this question, why? Why him? Why me? Why us? Why now? And the thing that's so funny is that we're all asking these questions, and sometimes they're to God, but sometimes they're just out. Why? How? We're good people. He was a good person. I want you guys to understand something. You are not crazy. You're grieving. You're not broken. You're not falling apart. You are grieving. And you might be doing it without even knowing it. You might be going through the grieving experience. I want to talk about hidden ways, your body and brain, and why you keep not moving. You feel like you're not moving forward. We've talked about the difference between avoiding and pretending, but I want to know what areas you feel that you're not moving forward. What areas of the grief do you feel stuck in? Where are you feeling stuck right now? The weird thing is, I'm just here at my mom's where he lived. I just sit here. I also have a feeling of guilt that I'm here and he's not. Thank you, Crystal. Can I help you with the guilt, my love? One of the things about guilt is with intent to deceive, harm. With intent to deceive or harm the person. Are you intending to deceive or harm him in any way? And you don't have to answer it now. I'm guessing that the answer is no. It's regret, my love. It's regret that we're feeling. That's number one. It's a lot of regret. Number two, being at your mom's house where he used to live is probably comforting to you. It probably feels really comforting to be there because you know that's where he used to be. You probably feel closer to him there. So don't question it. Just do it. Just absolutely do it. Okay, here's the thing, friends. Couple of things. I will be back live on Saturday morning. I'll be back live on Saturday morning. You can catch me here this Saturday. We have Sundays with Sharon coming up on the 27th of April at 9 a.m. and on May 4th. You'll be seeing posts about those. We'll be making videos about them. I have an amazing guest on May 4th. We're going to be getting prepared for Mother's Day. We're getting prepared for Mother's Day. And my guest is none other than my beautiful sister, Erica. Erica is a mother who lost two boys, who had to grieve her first Mother's Day without her child. Erica's going to be sharing some of the things that she did. She's going to be reliving her Mother's Days without them. What she did then, what she does now, how she survived the Mother's Day. She will be out on May 4th. On May 4th, I will be in the Facebook group, The Grief School, and on TikTok. You'll be able to find us in all those places. You'll be able to see Erica and meet her, ask her questions. On the 27th, we're going to set up the plan for surviving the holiday of Mother's Day. Okay, who is that holiday for? Who's that holiday for? If you've lost a mom or a grandma, you're going to struggle. If you've lost a child, and you are probably going to struggle. If this is not your first Mother's Day without them, you're probably going to struggle. If you've lost your husband, you may struggle on Mother's Day, and you're a mother. If you lost your fur baby, you may struggle on Mother's Day. I don't know who you are. I'm telling you this to tell you this. Just because it is not your child or your mother that you lost does not mean you will not struggle on Mother's Day. Come to the trainings because there will be something in it for everyone. We will be talking about grief and how to prepare for the holiday. Yes, I'm going to be talking about Mother's Day, but right after that is Father's Day. I'm going to be doing a Sundays with Sharon for Father's Day. So we're going to continue to do them throughout the year. We actually got quite a few holidays coming up that we have to be working together to help you guys create your plan. So those are two places. Get on the wait list for the book, the Grieve That Shit, coming out at the end of the month. Get on the wait list for the book. It's going to be an amazing book. Do that. Follow me in all the places. I teach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. I teach live. What am I teaching you guys? I'm not teaching you how to pull the grief out. I'm teaching you the definition of grief and why we grieve. Why do we grieve? If you want to know how to grieve, you come to one of my classes. Teaching, ? What do you mean, Annie? What do you mean teach? My name is Sharon Brubaker. Hi, okay, here we go. My name is Sharon Brubaker, and I'm the owner of the Grief School. The Grief School is the place where healing begins. Why do I teach? I teach because no one's ever taught you. No one has ever taught you how to grieve. No one ever taught me how to grieve. I actually had to go out and learn how to do the grieving. I teach everything. Are you a teacher? No, friend, I'm a grief specialist. I'm a grief specialist. I specialize in helping grievers. Here's my grief book. It's not actually my grief book. I should put a label on here that says the grief book. Here's the book that we were never given. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go to chapter 8. Last night I went to chapter 6. Grief is going to be very difficult. At times you're going to feel like you're crazy. You're going to feel like you're losing your mind. There's going to be moments where you're going to have emotional exhaustion. Your friends are going to want you to go to the mall and still go shopping. You're not going to understand why. It's everything in the grief book. Everything that we were taught in the grief book that we should have been taught, but we weren't. And that's what I teach. I teach the definition of grief, everything that you need to know, but why this is happening to you. You can purchase the book. Go into the link in my bio and get on the wait list. All right, everybody, TikTok, stay there. Everybody in the lives, I want to tell you something. I see you. I'm here for you. I am you. I am a griever. My heart to yours. I will see you all Saturday morning. And thank you for allowing me to be here and talk about the fact that you're not crazy. You're absolutely grieving. Keep up the work, friends. I know it's painful. I know that this is painful. But just because it's painful doesn't mean it's undoable. And I'm here for you. Thank you, my friend. Bye.